Hello, welcome back to BSLIVE. Today I will be showing you this project that I'm currently exploring. Basically, I saw this project exploration by, I think, Professor Masui. I don't know. He calls himself spmaker for stereophotomaker. He is actually experimenting with Google AI to generate depth from 2D video. So there is this Google AR that's been trained from the mannequin challenge. So basically, it's using a lot of data from mannequin video challenge. Mannequin video is like when people suddenly stop moving and then they make video of the person kind of in a static position, static pose, and then the video goes around the person. So that's for the mannequin challenge. So the Google AI actually can be trained so that you can have like for example like a 2D video and then turn it into 3D or maybe like more like 2.5D. And this one is actually using the looking glass. This is the device called looking glass, and this is a demonstration of what you can make from this. The 3D photography or the I call it depth photography has been around for a few years now. If you are using the iPhone and the portrait mode, it basically store some kind of depth data. Um, and if you are still using Facebook actually have a lot of this kind of thing, but as a static photo. So I'm trying to make this myself by following his tutorial. So Professor Masui actually made this tutorial in English, how to create depth map from 2D image using Google Colab. So because my computer doesn't have a powerful GPU, Professor Masui actually find a way so that you can use the Google Drive and Google Colab to generate 3D depth from image. It's actually really powerful. It's using like a virtual computing power, and so you from a single flat 2D photo you can have depth. This will work for depending on the photo or the subjects. This might sometimes give you a really good result or not. It's the quality is actually much lower than the iPhone portrait, but as a video it's gonna be really powerful. Okay, just like what you see here. So I'm following this tutorial, and I made my own Google Colab notebook. So with this Google Colab, I can kind of mount my Google Drive. First of all, don't worry that it's gonna mount your Google Drive. It's not gonna delete everything. It's basically so if you follow his tutorial, it's gonna be pretty much something like this. You mount your Google Drive, and then you need to run this cell. Just run it. Click here. It's gonna create this virtual drive on your Google Drive that this Google Colab can access, and then you click on this guy, and I need to choose my Gmail. Okay, allow it. Okay, so I just copy this, paste the authorization code, and it's gonna wait a few seconds. It's now gonna create a new virtual drive. And so what's gonna happen next is that you download the this zip. It's basically like a kind of like an app or program that you simply run using Python. And in here, you go to the drive that's already been mounted, and inside the drive you put this zip, and you also put your image that you want to train. So yep, 2D depth. So this one. So, and then you put in your in file and out file. The in file is the input and the out file is the output. The inputs is looking something like this. If I double click, so this is like a single frame of a video that I took. The output is gonna be something like this. There you go. This one has a depth data. Okay, so where's the blend gonna come in this case? Why do we use Blender? I'll show you. So here I have my old man walking video. This is the live photo that I extracted from the iPhone. It's just a second. 1 second, 30 frames. So this is around 30 frames, right? It's actually 27 frames, I believe. This subject is pretty good because it has like a clear foreground, background, and then Google AI will detect the depth. So I extracted this into image sequence, and this is I'm using Blender for this. Blender, especially Blender video editing tool, or VSE. So I have Blender already open. Put Blender here. And I started with export. Drag and drop it into Blender. Simply open it. Now you can see the video, right? Same video. All I need to do is just change the resolutions to match the video. Put it in under VSE here, video editing. And then set the start and end frame. This is only 27 frames. And you simply render it out. So render animations, few seconds, it's done. And you just need to jump into the temp folder, and you can see your live photo or live video is extracted. So that's the first step, extracting video frames. So after I extract it, of course, I bring it into the Google Colab and then let it process it. It only takes like a few minutes. So input and output, and the output, of course, is looking something like this. It comes in pair. So let me select all, preview. So this is what you get. Google AI predicting the depth of this photo. Supposedly, I think the background needs to be brighter, but this is pretty good. You can see the human is darker color. You can always invert the depth for if you want to use it inside Facebook 3D, for example. Okay, so from here, oh, by the way, there is an app called DGV View, and this app actually allows you to quickly look at image sequence as video. You can use Blender for this as well, but this one is really kind of nice. So if I open, go to my folder, and old man walking, so that's the video, that's the depth pair. So this is the video running in real time, in real speed. I want to extract just the depth, but because I want to be able to crop it, but I don't want to do it manually one by one. So for that, I'm using Blender once again. Blender has video editing tool and also video compositing tool. So I'm using this Blender crop depth. I call it crop depth. The setup is actually really simple. Basically, this is the final result. Remember, you need to set up the resolution, the final resolution of the image. It's gonna be half of this depth pair. So it's gonna be half. And I'm cropping the left side, only keeping the right side. So this is what I have. The number is typed manually, but it's pretty easy. Basically, just halving. So this is left, right. I'm halving it. The left pixel should be at 844, which is half of the the original. Set the frame number, the video sequence done, render animations, and you got, oh, by the way, I'm also using RGB curve just to play around with the depth. This is probably, you can get a better contrast, and you see which one works best for you. And then I invert it for Facebook 3D, so the white is actually closer to the camera. Okay, so the next step is, because we already got the depth, we get the depth only here that I render it out. Finally becoming 3D. So it's gonna be looking something like this. This is the final blend. Okay, so this is just the depth. Oh, this is actually just a single plane. I can rotate it a bit, so it's kind of like 3D. It is actually 3D, 2.5D, kind of like a relief. I'm using just a couple of modifier, subdivision twice actually. So I have like around 8 subdivision. So this is pretty dense. Oh, actually not too bad. I'm hitting Z and then go back between solid and wireframe so I can see the detail. Subdivision a plane and then scale the plane in its dimension so it's matching the ratio of the image, and then displays it. This is the trick, okay? Displays, and then the texture, I'm using the depth. Cyclic auto refresh is on. Okay, so we get this. Pretty cool. And then of course it doesn't look just like that. It's we can go to a different mode. I'm using EV, I believe, and we suddenly have this 3D canvas, and I'm thinking to turn this into an AR. It's quite unusual. If you've been to place like let's say place like Candi Borobudur in Indonesia, for example, you will see a lot of relief like this. And I've been to this place once, I believe. The place is really, really hot, but it's really interesting. And this is actually what we are kind of making. So with all this Facebook 3D or this 3D depth for video, that's actually what I'm creating here. Even though it's really low res, and then, but think about it. It's originally it's just a live photo. It's a short video, and Google AI look at the video and then every frame, and then it's kind of guessing the depth. And this is what we end up with. And we are using Blender for some of it. The whole thing took me 1.5 hours. The first time I'm doing it, it's a kind of more like impromptu things. I don't think, oh, I need to extract the depth, or I need to crop this video, and okay, I need to turn this video because I have the depth, and I want to turn it into a 3D thing. Okay, so we end up with something like this, and I thought this is kind of cool. So this is why I decided to share it with you, because you will learn a little bit about Blender, a little bit about machine learning and all that. It's actually kind of cool. At this point, I'll try with different video and different live photo. If you have like a really good subject live photo, you can send it to me, like for a test. But yeah, maybe I can share with you the blend. So basically, it's only 3 steps, right? Extract the photo, and then crop it and turn it into 3D. It's pretty simple. I'll try to do this again, but hopefully you enjoy this experiment and let me know what you think. So, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.